happens is the collective, whatever has the most power, whatever has the most energy behind it and belief system is what is going to manifest in the reality. So this is a game of life force energy, and whoever or whatever entity has the most life force energy, that is what is creating the reality. So in this particular reality, as we talked about last month, for those of you that were present with the soul harvesting, we were talking about the Saturn cube matrix and the AI supercomputer, and we had understood that this is in fact this reality. The base system is run by the Saturn cube matrix reality, which is the AI quantum consciousness. Okay, so that entity or that energy system is the overlay in the quantum field. The quantum field is the infinite field of possibility, which means that there are no limitations to the quantum field. However, when you have a holographic prism of light, which has been quarantined off and closed off and rendered down into a lower frequency, you get a reality such as the matrix, and then you have an intelligence such as the AI computer or the Saturn matrix or the Saturn entity, which controls time and space, manifesting this reality with certain limitations. Now, this agenda, I mean, we're getting a little bit into this conversation, but I just need to explain this. This agenda has been to keep all of the power for the Saturn cube matrix itself and to keep the individuals basically dormant in their magical and mystical abilities. That is why in this reality, magic is not taught as a normal force, because in other worlds, other dimensions, other places, the population knows, the people know that you can be gifted and you can have abilities and you can connect in and you can do these things and you can shape your reality. It's known. It's a known thing that human beings and other terrestrial-based beings are able to shift the reality with their quantum fields. So this is something that is not taught to us in our society because of the way the system has been set up. And we're going to talk about the system and what the system actually is. But essentially, we have an entire society that has been built around the information of the quantum and has been fed false programmings, and this programming being you are a physical based being in a physical reality and you are simply just a body and there is no soul, or if you believe in a soul, you go to religion to learn, and you're basically at the mercy of another entity. So this is what you're being taught in your reality, and it's for a reason. It's because you have immense magical and mystical power when you actually access it and when you understand what is going on here. So we have consciousness, which is you. We have operators, operations, manifestations, and realities, different realities that are being created. So we're going to talk about the actual different definitions here. We're going to get into manifestation and reality creation. They're saying the same thing. And that is that reality is your own dream. Reality is a dream. Reality is a hologram. And reality is composed of the quantum, and you are the quantum. You are the source of consciousness, dreaming the reality. And you're able to do and manifest anything you want. And it's not always the way that you think it will happen. That's one very interesting phenomenon that I have to say that works with the quantum, is that things will happen in a way that you may not always expect, but your manifestation will always be fulfilled as long as you believe it will. So this is the way the quantum works. The quantum reflects everything back to you in your mind. Okay, so if you believe that you are going to get sick, then you will get sick. This is what happens to a lot of people, is that most of the time we are creating our own problems, our own unconsciousness, and that is manifesting in our reality. Now, does this mean that for everything? No, but words are spells. And so when you are speaking, you are spelling. You are literally spelling your magical spell into the reality. And so the controllers, the elites, they know this information. They've always known this information. And that is why they've bastardized your whole language and tricked you into speaking and spelling yourself into traps and to deceptions. And your whole, consciousness should be aware of recognizing when you are spelling yourself. So a good example is when people say good morning. to say good morning. Morning means to mourn the dead. Okay, so you're mourning the dead when you're saying good morning. So instead of saying good morning, say grand rising. That's another good word. Okay, so when you're saying morning, you're saying, oh, it's another good day of the dead. And that's what you're saying. You're in the land of the dead. As it is, this is the Saturn moon matrix area, the land of the dead, or Middle Earth, right? Which is known to be a land filled with devoid spirits or beings that are devoid of spirit, mixed in with those that have the cosmic DNA, who are not from this place, who are not from this location, and are only here temporarily and are meant to leave when the time is right. So we have the target, as we talked about, the aim of the operation and the operator, and we have the trend. The trend is an overall manifestation action towards an operator. So what are these terminologies, and what do you need to know about these terminologies? When you're creating a ritual, when you're creating a manifestation, you need to recognize all of these elements. You need to have all of these elements understood within your mind to create in a formalistic kind of way. So maybe you do your manifestations by just thinking about it once and then letting it go, and somehow it comes to you, and that works. But is that repeatable? Is that testable? Does that work every single time? And that's the point of manifestation and magic, is that it cannot be considered to be truly a real force unless it can be done every single time, unless it works every single time, unless you can prove it, unless you have a formula. And so when you have a formula for magic, you've now hacked the matrix. That's what you've done. When you have a formula for magic, you now have hacked the matrix, because the matrix now no longer controls you, because now you realize, oh, I just need to follow my formula. And when I follow my formula, I'll be able to unlock what it is I'm looking for. So if I need money, I can manifest that. If I need to be in a certain location, I can manifest that. If I need to find or talk to a certain person, I can do that. I can create my reality the way that I want, instead of having to wake up every day and be at the mercy of other forces and basically be owned by other forces, which is what most people experience. You know, they wake up, they have to go into work in a job that they're not really happy with because they're unconsciously being controlled by something else. Again, everybody has to do what they have to do to survive and to thrive in the world. However, recognize that you are the power here. You're the power source. And so when you don't know your power and you give away your power, then someone else is going to take advantage of that without you recognizing that you are the power, and you can magnetize everything that you need towards you through this formula, through this simple step formula. It's very important to have a clean source of energy, meaning that it should not be tainted. So what a lot of black magicians, so to speak, do, and what the elite cabal use for their energy sources is very disgusting and horrible. And basically, another part of the deception here on this planet Earth is they've told you magic can only be created by sacrifice. So basically, you want to manifest this success in your life, you have to kill a chicken, or you have to sacrifice an animal. And that's what they used to do in the olden days. They used to sacrifice animals and sacrifice people, and they still do that to this day. And this is basically a barbarous way of doing magic. It's barbarous, it's inefficient, it's foolish, and it's more about the suffering and the pain and the manifestation of the loosh energy, that negative loosh that they absorb, than anything else. So yes, it does power their manifestations, but it's highly inefficient. Okay, there are other properties and other ways to create the same power source without harming anything or anyone, and creating simply beneficial magic, which is the only type of magic that I'm interested in teaching people, which is to teach you how to source your power from nature. So as someone that is teaching and sharing my gnosis, I always tell everyone that's learning from me, you know, you have to source your power from nature, and from the elements, and from your own internal will, and from the devices and artifacts and objects that you own and possess, not from the sacrifice of others. That is not the way to do magic. That is black magic, and that is blasphemy, and that is basically what has kept this planet enslaved. It has been stealing energy from other beings and other people and harming them to do that in the process, to create a manifestation. That is the complete opposite of what we teach. So the energetic power source, this is a power source. A crystal is a power source. A crystal is a silicon-based chip, basically. Okay, it's made out of silicon, and it grows from the earth. And crystals are hardened rock. Okay, they are rock which conduct electromagnetism. So a crystal can be used as a power source. So you use different crystals, you place them on the pictures of your target, and then you write down the manifestation that you're looking for. You write down your basic actions. You're going to do this specific basic actions. The basic actions could also be certain chantings and certain vibratory intonations, also known as incantations, to program the quantum field. You're programming with your vocal intonations. Remember, that is spelling. So your basic action combined with your power source is all creating a trend towards the target, which is in your operation, which is being conducted by you, the operator, or the magical or quantum user. It's all yours. It's just a fingertip away. You just need to know how to access it by tapping into your innate magical nature. You too can discover the quantum method of manifestation, reality creation, and designing your life in the exact way that you want to live. So what I want to explain is that, number one, we have to realize that magic is not just about manifesting things. I know in this PowerPoint, I'm talking a lot about manifestation. What magic really is, and what this is all about, is understanding that you are the source and that we are protectors of the realm, and we are protectors of the codes and the frequencies and the energies. And we're here to protect and to shield and to raise the consciousness. So all of this manifestation stuff, this all comes as a natural byproduct and also as a natural honing of your ability. So do not feel guilty. A lot of people, I've gotten this question before, and people have phrased it to me. They said, I feel guilty. Isn't this kind of like evil, or isn't this unspiritual to manifest what I want? And my answer is, are you harming somebody when you're doing it? Are you manipulating others? And if the answer is no, then by all means manifest your heart's desires. You should not have to not have what you don't want, what you want. You know, you should have what you want if you know how to access it, if you know how to create it in your reality. That's the whole point of the Earth Realm Matrix, is to understand how to create. It's to understand how to create your existence. So each one of these things, abundance, wealth, prosperity, happiness, love, success, fertility, spiritual evolution, and enlightenment, these are all manifestations. These are all parts of your journey. These are all parts of your life that you can create. But everything begins with you having a clear intention. And that is probably the biggest thing that I need to talk about, is you need to have the clear intention, because if you don't know what you want, the universe can't give it to you. Now, you should have what you want if you know how to access it, if you know how to create it in your reality. That's the whole point of the Earth Realm Matrix, is to understand how to create. It's to understand how to create your existence. So each one of these things, abundance, wealth, prosperity, happiness, love, success, fertility, spiritual evolution, and enlightenment, these are all manifestations. These are all parts of your journey. These are all parts of your life that you can create. But everything begins with you having a clear intention. And that is probably the biggest thing that I need to talk about, is you need to have the clear intention, because if you don't know what you want, the universe can't give it to you. Okay, the hologram can't manifest it for you. So